no pain, no worry, no grief, no strife. The struggle is over. It is time to speak life. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is V Speak Life. I am the executive director and founder of Shifted Masterpiece Incorporated and your host for the Speak Life show. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. We have quite a few of you on the line already, and thank you for everyone that's watching us on replay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight we are breaking out into our opening for domestic violence awareness, and we wanted to start our show out a little differently on tonight. I want to share just a little bit of a story, and that's on domestic violence awareness. You know, as a domestic violence survivor myself, I endured a lot of different things, thus the book, The Shifted Masterpiece, a story of love and horror in Savannah, Georgia, which is now available on Amazon.com and also bit.ly.com/shifted masterpiece. You can find the book there if you want an autographed copy. But I wanted to talk about the awareness piece of it all. Is everyone aware? Do people know that they are absolutely impacted by domestic violence? Do they know what domestic violence is? Do they understand where domestic violence starts? These are different things that have crossed my mind as a survivor myself. As a survivor, I didn't really know that I was enduring or undergoing domestic violence at home. I had no clue. Some of the things I knew it wasn't normal, some of the things that I experienced, but other things I just didn't know that that was the term that we would use. I would not have dared call myself an abused wife or a battered wife. Those words would not have crossed my mind. I would have never thought to say this to anyone or anyone else. Thus, the secret. You don't go around. You were taught. Don't tell your business. Don't tell what's going on in your home. You keep it to yourself. You sweep it under the rug. But these things can absolutely turn deadly. They can absolutely turn deadly. And what we want to do on this month is break the silence. That's why I have Miss R.C. Marshall in the building with us on tonight. She is our founder of the RISE organization. RISE is running in stilettos enlightened. She's going to join us in just a few minutes and share with us some information, some things to look out for, some things that we should understand about domestic violence itself. She's going to break all those things down for us so that you, our viewers, our lovely audience, you can go back and assist someone that you think may be undergoing or experiencing domestic violence and you don't know what to say. Maybe it's you that's experiencing domestic violence and you just don't know what to do. Well, tonight we have Miss R.C. Marshall. She's going to come and share with us some great information so that you can get the help, the support, and absolutely the love that you need, the love and attention that you need to make sure that you can get out of the situation and become a survivor. And that's that term that I call a shifted masterpiece. That term is defined in my book, Shifted Masterpiece. I'm not going to give or spill too much of it out, but you're in a position where you're on the other side of the abuse situation and you have survived it. That big word is survive. And I want you guys to understand that most people that are in a domestic violence situation, a lot of them don't get out. Every day, I'm sure you hear on the news every day about someone that was murdered at the hands of a loved one, someone they perceived to be they were in love with. But what do you do when that happens? What do you do and how do you overcome those obstacles? When you've overcome those obstacles and you've walked into your purpose, that's when you, sir or ma'am, when you become a shifted masterpiece, because you are walking in your purpose and pursuing all of the things that God has set in stone for you. You are a masterpiece. And don't ever forget it. Now, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Miss R.C. Marshall here with you. We'll be right back.
People are dealing with this in silence. 1 out of every 3 people are dealing with domestic violence. 1 out of every 7 men specifically are also dealing with this. So this is not just a woman's issue. This is an everyone issue. And people oftentimes want to say, it's not my issue, it's not my problem. But when you look at the stats clearly say, it's your issue, it's my issue, it's our issue. Those things that sit in silence and fester inside of you, that fear, that shame, none of those things are God. And what we're trying to do with this series is we're literally trying to break the silence so that you can be everything that God has called you to be, so that you can be healed, you can be whole, you can be happy, and you can begin to run in your purpose.
Well, we are back, and we have quite a few people on the line with us. We have Miss Crystal Williams, Victor Brannon, Tavis Taylor, Mr. Arsha. I hope you guys go out and watch his show. It's The Court of Love. Also aired. Jack, what show is his show on? You don't know? Okay. Hold on 1 second. We have a caller. Let's see. Now I got to learn how to answer the phone too, guys. Good evening. This is Live TV. You reached V Speak Life. How may I help you? Oh, I guess we missed him. It's okay. Hey, if you're still listening, give us a call back. We'd love to have you. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have the fabulous, the awesome, the amazing Miss R.C. Marshall with us in the building. Welcome. Welcome.
I'm so happy to be here. You know, when she began to announce, I was like, who is she getting ready to announce?
Well, you know something, RC? I'm fairly new at this, and I always forget to shout out the viewers that are watching, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget that this time. So we're going to scoot over a little bit.
Adjusting.
And what I also want to share with you, you are so amazing. You are an amazing woman, and I appreciate you. And to our viewers, I don't know how I met RC. I met RC sometime in 2018. We're not done, but it was sometime this year that we met. And in that meeting, I believe we did meet on Facebook, and you can make great friends on Facebook. Don't doubt it. This is my sister, my friend. She uplifts me. She empowers me. There is never a time I get off the phone with this young woman and I leave as if and feel that I've been robbed. I never feel robbed. I always feel as though I have gained information because she has a lot of wisdom. She's a visionary, and she can see so much that I thought I could see. But she's going to pull it out of you to help you understand that, hey, it's something else that you need to know about this situation. And, you know, she sent me her bio a little earlier today, and I thought about it, and I don't feel that I want to read it because who I know is probably more than just the words that are on paper. R.C. Marshall is an advocate for domestic violence survivors. She is an educator for domestic violence survivors. She is a supporter, a friend, and she is a godly woman, very godly, and we appreciate having her. When I asked her if she wanted to be on the show, she did not hesitate to come, and you must understand, I appreciate that more than anything. You were just a phone call away from me. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is R.C. Marshall, the founder of Rise, Running in Stilettos Enlightened. Thank you so much, R.C., for being with us on this evening.
I'm telling y'all, I am happy to be here. You know, V is sitting here saying all these wonderful things about me, but I swear to God, everything that she has said about me, I could reciprocate right back to her. She is awesome. I love what we're doing. I love the fact that we're here on a platform, that we have a platform, first of all. Because for domestic violence, that wasn't always so. It was always something that was taboo. So I'm happy that we have a platform to let other women know that it is okay.
It's okay.
And that's one of the key things that, you know, we want to get out the message, get the message out. It's okay. We got the Me Too movement. We got all these wonderful movements going on. But, you know, for me, what I want to see is I want to see it grassroots. I want to see it affect our communities. I want to see it affect our women, our mothers, our sisters, our cousins. You know, I want to see it affect them, really. You know, so I'm so happy to be on here. I'm sure I have a ton of things to talk about. We're going to see where she stops me.
Well, I appreciate all of that, but I want to start with your nonprofit. And then we're going to go back because you have an amazing story, a story of triumph, a story of praise, a story of ups and downs that people really need to see. This is the look of the other side of abuse. You don't have to walk around looking bruised and battered for the remainder of your days here on earth. You can absolutely look as if in fact, it is over. It's over. So what can we do to get to the healing process? And we're going to get into a little bit about that a little later in the show. But RC, tell us about you and Rise.
Well, Rise is my nonprofit. It's the thing that was birthed out of me. You know, sometimes we go through things that are so tragic. We try to figure out, like, what in the world, like, why would that happen? But, you know, as she said, I'm a strong believer of the Word of God. And when he says that he can turn all things out, he can work things out for your good, that is how Rise began to come to fruition. It came to pass because God said, watch what I do despite what you think. And so it was birthed that all the pain that I endured, all the tragedy that I dealt with, now I am able to speak from a place of healing. Rise is designed to help women, to help push them into their destiny, to keep them from being fearless to make them be fearless about what it is that they have been through, that there is more for them, that healing is their portion. You know, we don't just believe in just, you know, giving you a number and sending you off. My goal, my objective, my mission is to make it okay to have the conversations. Make it okay to say I need help. Make it okay for us to know that, you know what, therapy is good. It's good stuff.
Go ahead.
That it's good stuff. And so, you know, I think my whole purpose is to really begin to allow women to push into who it is that they are called to be. Because oftentimes when women go through these type of traumatic situations, they are like the walking dead. They are walking around, they are functioning, but they are dead inside. Yeah. Things are not well, they are sad, they are depressed, they are frustrated, they are mad, they're lacking self-worth, and all of these things result in, you know, oftentimes they say that mean black woman. But see, what people don't understand is, as a woman, you will put everyone else first. You will put your pain to the side. Right. You will push it down to make sure the kids are okay, the husband's okay, the job is okay, all the while you are walking dead, just numb. And my goal is to really push women to be okay with the healing process. Because, baby, on the other side of healing, there is joy, there is so much happiness. You know, it's almost like when you fall as a child and you get this huge scar on your foot or your leg or your knee, and it hurts for a while, and then you grow up and you remember how you got it, but you don't feel the pain. You don't even remember the pain.
That's right.
See, that's what healing feels like. And if some women are dealing with that and listening to it right now, if you're still feeling the pain, that means there's still healing left to be done. And I admonish everybody, get healed, because it'll set you free. It'll make your relationships better. It'll make you feel better. You'll look at yourself in the mirror and be like, dang, I was missing something. Because, see, when your soul is happy, when your soul is free, there's just something about the joy that you can share with others. It just brings on a level of happiness. So that's what I do. I do a lot of that. I'm a life strategist. I help women get plans together, help get their life back together. I do a lot of empowerment. And you know, one thing that I have really, that I love the most that I do, I won't even say the most, because to be honest with you, I love it all, is I love doing prevention.
Now that piece right there, and we're going to get into prevention in just a second, but I want you to step back just 1 second, because you mentioned how you feel when you get out those immediate feelings.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the healing process. And RC, if you don't mind,
Sure.
share with our viewers some of the trauma that you experienced. And I know you have your book coming. It will be released really soon. So 2019, we should expect your book to be released. And in your story, I don't want you to give the whole story because we want them to read the story. But in that, just a piece of what you endured, and share with us how you were able to get to a point of healing. And that, the healing piece is really important, because you cannot move forward. You cannot go on to help anyone else, especially if you don't really know that you were even suffering from abuse. But what did you do to overcome the depression, if you were depressed? What did you experience?
Well, I'm going to tell you, see, a lot of my stuff started, we're going to just start from how I even got from a young girl who was happy, self-assured, just moving through life, to a woman whose life spiraled out of control. Because, see, some of the things that I am a domestic violence and sexual abuse survivor. I've endured them both. Some of the things that have happened to me is when I was 18 years old, my boyfriend tried to kill me. We were living together. And I don't mean, he beat me up. I'm talking about he had his hands wrapped around my neck saying, "Tonight you gonna die," trying to choke the living life out of me. I blacked out.
Wow.
It was literally by God that I woke up out of the blackout, gained enough strength to kick him off of me, and literally just not even ran. I crawled to the door.
Wow.
Because he had already busted my face. One eye was just, it was horrible. And from that, and see, this is the thing, that was the domestic violence. But he didn't repeatedly beat me. He hit me one other time because I considered myself what I would call a strong woman.
Yes.
And so, I was one of those who, okay, you gonna hit me? I guess we gonna do this. I wasn't weak. But the problem is, it still was an unhealthy relationship. The first time that he raised his hand at me, I didn't have enough wisdom to understand that it only progresses to worse. It doesn't get better. If he's not going to get any help for it, it's only going to get worse. And that was my telltale sign that I should have left. And even I knew he drunk too much. His friends would make excuses. "Oh, he's young, it's okay." And I was like, "I just really think he drinks too much." And they would say, "Oh, it's okay," until the day that I'm crawling up the apartment steps, yelling and hollering for somebody to help me, and my eye is busted and blood is coming down my face and my clothes are half ripped and I can't hardly breathe. Then all of a sudden everyone is like, "Oh my God," but you know what? It's too late. I mean, I can't blame anyone else because when he hit me, I should have left. And so,
I want to
Sure.
add to that, and just in the conversation piece of it, people just don't know.
that's it.
If you don't know that this is what it is,
Yeah.
and which is where we get into the whole conversation about awareness. Aware. That means that you know what's going on. So when you walk outside, are you aware of your surroundings?
Yep.
When you're in your car, do you know how many other cars are around you? Are you looking for the police around you? Do you know where the trap stops are? You are aware of your surroundings. You're not holding your head down, but you're looking up to understand. That's when you're driving. But when you come into a situation where you have you didn't see it growing up. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. If you did, perhaps you think that it's normal and that it's okay. If you didn't see it, it will throw you completely off guard. It will throw you completely off guard because you have no clue, no idea that you are being abused. So what do you share then, RC, with those persons that don't know what abuse is? And I really want you to get into this part of it too as you continue your story and give the parallels to how you now help women now, because you absolutely understand, you recognize all of the signs involved in domestic abuse, but how do you then go and make sure that the women now can understand that this is absolutely what it was, as you relayed them, explaining your story, because you're relatable, and that means that you're going to now become approachable to those other women that are perhaps afraid to even tell someone that they're experiencing abuse?
You know, oftentimes I do believe that there is a key factor in it all. And oftentimes women don't tell because they are embarrassed. They don't tell because they're scared.